because it didn't update, it closed. Because it closed, it didn't upload. I was fucking lucky because this updated. I had another one to upload, so it wasn't like I was losing time or wasting resources. But because we didn't check it out, we didn't check out. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna push upon you the update. Oh, you have to update it now. They can do remind me later. Then what they'll do is do it until you go sleeping. When you go sleeping, you'll be like, okay, well, guess what? Your phone's updated. What's up, bitch? You know. And it's kind of crazy because again, you self-sabotage. Like I should have checked out when it is. I'm not gonna be able to avoid it. So if I check when the update's gonna take place, then I can plan accordingly, right? But then, even if I get 2 hours of uploading versus 0 hours of uploading, it's much better. Like for example, this one still has 8 gigs to upload. Now 8 gigs is easy. We'll be finished before we go, and then we'll go sleep, right? So yeah, it's kind of special. It's kind of special because it's self-sabotage in a way of, even then I know that the sun is too hot. When my family nature court is gonna close, I could just leave it there, leave the tower, and then you wouldn't have constant like, oh my god, it closed, you know. It's whatever. I put myself as self-sabotage because we self-sabotage so much, right? That's we self-sabotage so much that it becomes kind of normal. And it's not about self-sabotaging anymore, it's about how much self-sabotage can I endure. Right? It's complex. And it's an addiction because you willingly self-sabotage. You don't willingly take a knife and cut yourself. You willingly self-sabotage. Right? You put yourself, like for example, and it's so dumb. I'm working tomorrow, but I'm watching this series and it's really good. I was streaming and it's really good. And sometimes, this is crazy. This is insane. Sometimes I'll work, and I'll work at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'll go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. And even before I start sleeping, I'm like, oh my god, you're so fucking dumb. Now you only have 4 hours to sleep. So before we start sleeping, we know that we have 4 hours. Now your brain is not aware of that. The quality of sleep isn't going to be the same. So the craziest thing is the body will tell you how much time it needs to sleep. So technically speaking, your body is an amazing tool. You know why I'm hungry? Because my body tells me that I need to be fed. You know why I'm tired? Because my body is telling me, hey, go sleep, you're tired. Want to know why I'm not hungry? Because my body said, you ate enough. Want to know why I wake up? Because my body said you had enough sleep. So all of these, like, oh my god, you need a certain amount of calorie per day. Bullshit. All of these, you need to wake up at a certain time. It's bullshit. You know? Now, weirdly speaking, and this is very, very weird, but this is, again, this is self-sabotage in its purest form. Now, really I'm saying, I don't know. It's alleged, it's, I think. I'm not sure. When you listen to a rooster, back in the days we had farms, and the rooster would scream at the sunshine. And it was a natural way to wake up. Now, for some reason, when they did the alarm clock, they did a sound that would wake you up. So they made some researches, some studies about what is a sound that will wake you up the closest, the quickest, right? When you buy a phone and you have a preset ringtone, why do you think they bought this ringtone? There's a specific reason, right? There's a specific reason. Like before, back in the day, like 5-10 years ago, we used to change ringtones. I think, you know what? Something that I like. When I buy a new phone, and the first thing you change the ringtone? No. You leave it there. And then you get used to the ringtone and like, you know what? Hey, I wanted to change it. I don't need to change it. So it's weird. It's really weird. What changed? With self-sabotage, I feel like there's a part of it that is how much bullshit can I endure before I go. And then you get mad at people because, oh, they were mad to me, they were mean to me, oh, they did this to me, oh, they're so mean. You allow them to be mean. Like, for example, we have this friend, and this friend is kind of toxic. You won't allow it. It's weird. You're speaking about friends. I made a couple of videos talking about, oh, well, twice in last week. And what is weirder is it doesn't happen a lot. Like, it's been months it didn't happen, and then last week it happened twice. Two people that I chose to take out of my life. And he came back saying, hey, I want to be part of your life. One of them was banned because he's an asshole. And one of them is an asshole but doesn't really realize he's an asshole. And it's funny because both of those people said, can I come back in your life? Right? And both of these people are unaware that what they're doing is bad. So then, you have to put it line in the sand. Do I allow you to come back in my life, knowing that what you did is not okay? Or do I set the tone for like, yo, fuck you, you're kind of an asshole? And the answer is I don't know. Last week we were complaining about, 3 weeks ago, we were complaining about feeling like we were going in a circle of views and shit like that. And the reason why we were complaining is because I was feeling like I was going in a circle. Why did I feel like I was going in a circle? Well, because I had to find a job, and I was starting to work, and I was like, dude, I was hoping that content creation would work, right? But it did work. So then I was like, oh, fuck it, I have to go back to work. And I failed. The self-sabotage wasn't the fact that we didn't have some views. Self-sabotage was the fact that we rely on that, right? Now, this is where it's complex. Is it okay to dream? Yes. But it's, people, my father and my mom, they've been telling me that I'm a kid. It's okay to dream, but dream about something that's reasonable. And this is such a weird thing to say, because a dream is non-reasonable. I'm not dreaming about going to Mexico or to Tahiti. I'm dreaming about the moon, right? But then if you don't know, if you think that they fake the moon landing, going to the moon itself, it's kind of impossible. Do I believe in the moon landing? I don't know if I do. Because the way it was presented, so America and Russia was the biggest enemy since, well, you know whom, Hitler. And we're the biggest enemy. So I was like, oh my God, we have an American, we're the greatest country in the world. And we have to be the first one to go to the moon. Blah, blah, blah. Right? What was the tournament today? I forgot. I forgot the tournament today. Okay, so what is the quest? With Kurt? Nice. It's okay to tell me what you think about me. I'm gonna try to argue. Even with the tower. We're sabotaging a bit because my guild has 3 times me as a member. So the most member is 35, and you got me at 25. You got 3 times me at 25. And yes, we accomplish what we need to do, but at the same time, no. Yeah. I got 7 left, and more than a day. That's good. It's possible. I got how much here? I got I got 6 left and a day, which is really good. And it's just shitty, because then it's my guild, so I'm not gonna kick myself. I had a guy coming in the beginning of the guild, J-Rake, and J-Rake was like, yo, can you please like go to other guild, because you're not partaking enough. I'm like, fuck you, this is my guild, but he was right. And then J-Rake was very vocal and saying like to people, dude, I was more like, hey, as long as you play every day, I don't care, right? He was like, hey, you need to partake as much as possible. So you need to fill up the quest to get the maximum point. And he was more strict, but at the same time, he was a bigger people were saying that was a bigger hassle, but it wasn't an hassle. He just has less bullshit and a smaller bullshit meter. I'm not willing to take abuse. I'm not willing to take. So I think, imagine for this. It's the first time that I'm not. It's the first week that I'm not partaking because I shouldn't know. Right? The whole principle of this is my guild is flawed. There's 30 members per guild. Right? And even then, I'm like, well, guess what? Yolando. They're nice. People are starting to refer to guild too, which is good. This whole, this is my guild, whatever I want is flawed. But then again, I don't get in trouble because people are used to a certain level of bullshit. My mentality is so weird. I go to the store, even though it's closing, I always wait the last seconds. Like as long as I'm not the last guy in the store, I'm not the biggest hassle because I'm not keeping those people behind. The other person behind me is keeping them behind. You know? I don't know. Don't blink, buying. Welcome to the show. Because I'm having a wonderful day on this 5th July 2025. We are doing part 2 of self-sabotage and addiction on this beautiful day of the Lord. I have 43% batteries, but it's going to be more so about when the phone is going to be too hot. So about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, the phone is going to start to get really hot because the sun is going to be at this climax and it's going to be very aggressive. So we'll go back in. See what I did there? Hurtful. And that's pretty much it. So I was talking about self-sabotage. And I want to come back to one thing that I said. And it was the 2 people that came to me and they were like, yo, unban me and shit like that. And I'm like, the right thing to do would be to unban you. Oh my god, the Christian thing to do. The morally good thing to do would be to unban you. But then I know that you're gonna be the same way, you know. My father talked about my cousin. I have a cousin, I'm not gonna name her name. And she has mental issues in the sense of she's very emotional, she's very impulsive, you know? And then I haven't seen her in 10 years. And I saw her lately and she matured a lot. She is really cool. She used to be a pain in the ass. And it's not her fault, it's just like she couldn't scream and she'll be like, she has a lot of rage. And then in my book she changed. Because she's more in control. And then my father was like, people don't change. And I'm like, yeah, but I didn't change either. And we fought so much, you know. Self-sabotages, you have those thoughts. Self-sabotage, people think it's action, it's also thoughts. The simple fact that you start a day and saying, oh, I'm gonna have a shitty day. The simple fact that you do something and say, oh, I'm not gonna be able to. Right? I was talking about views and how should we say about